Hi guys, very good afternoon. Welcome to 10 to 11 Change of Seasons with me, Angela. I'm just going to wait for some of you to log on and then we can introduce ourselves. Okay. Yep, just giving you all some time to get in. As you come in, please do introduce yourselves. Okay, my name is Angela and I am from a little country called Nepal. I will just be keeping my camera off for internet issues. All right, guys, I hope that's not a problem. Just to make sure that the connection stays stays proper for the rest of the afternoon. Hi, Sevilla from Livorno. Welcome. Welcome. And to the rest of you as well. Oh, great. I'm Valentina from Milan. Nice. Good to see you guys again. Francesca from Trieste. Very nice. And Jenny. Oh, yes. Hi, Jenny. I remember you. Yes, from Padova. And it's nice to see you again. And also Nicoletta from Florence. Welcome. Anna from Milan. Anna, you're from our school in Meraviglia. I remember you. And Julia from Livorno. Chiara from Genova. Oh, so many of you. How nice. Flavia from Rome and Andrea from Bologna. Oh, so many of you. That's great. Nice. Let's. We have a very interesting topic to talk about today. Change of seasons. And we'll be looking into metaphors and similes. It's going to be really, really interesting. All right. So, yes, Anna, I remember you very well. And it's a pity we can't see each other these days, but it's all right. As soon as the lockdown is over, I think we'll be able to continue like before. All right. Okay. So let's see. Change of seasons. And if my, oopsie, let's talk about what we're going to do in this focus activity. We're going to be looking into descriptive language, similes and metaphors using different senses. All right, so guys, a question for you. What is your favorite season? Why? Okay. While you're at it, write a short description of your favorite season and read it to the group. I'll read it to the group, but let us know. Meanwhile, let me tell you about my favorite season while you're writing, just so that it's not too quiet over here. My favorite season will have to be spring, because, you know, spring always makes me believe in new beginnings, and I like the weather. I think of beautiful flowers, greenery, back on the trees, okay, things like that. So yep, I love spring. Hi, Roberto. Good morning from Viterbo. All right, nice, Roberto. Okay, so after 12, we say good afternoon because, you know, it's noon. All right, okay. Sevilla says, my favorite season is summer because I love sunbathing and going to the seaside. Yes, me too. I love sunbathing and going to the seaside too. I love the beach life. Yes, good. Waiting for some of you guys to answer. Nicoletta says, my favorite season is spring because of the temperature. It's usually perfect. Yes. How would you usually describe spring weather? I would describe it as pleasant. And somebody taught me to say pleasant in Italian, piacevole. Okay, so pleasant weather. Flavia says, summer for sure. I like the weather and the sense of freedom. Oh my God, amazing. Very good. Gianni says, my favorite season is spring because of the good weather and long hours, or daily hours. Okay, yeah, I suppose you can use daily hours. Okay, it's different, but yes, sounds technically correct. Very nice. Okay. So besides the four main weather pattern that we have, okay, let's continue with Francesca's. Francesca says, my favorite season is autumn. I love the warm color of trees and leaves, or watching the rain falling while sipping a cold tea. A cold tea or a hot tea in autumn? I guess some people can like cold tea, iced tea. Yeah, but yeah, very nice. Good description there. Roberta says, okay, my favorite season is spring. There are more colors than other seasons. Okay, so other seasons. The temperature is pleasant, ideal for a lot of outdoor activity. Yep, absolutely. Unfortunately, outdoor activity these days is a little limited. All right, Andrea says, my favorite season is autumn. I really don't like warm temperature, and I love autumn's colors and seeing the foliage on the ground. Wow, very good. Francesca, I thought hot, yeah. Yep. Julia says, my favorite season is summer. I love going to the sea, beach life, especially for the sun, as it is so pleasant, but also spring for its pleasant temperature and its beautiful colors. Good. And Sevilla says, I mostly love summer, but I also love when in winter you are at home with your partner, your cat, your cold tea and Netflix. Now, why are we drinking cold tea in... Okay, yeah. Why are we drinking cold tea in winter, Sevilla? Do you mean hot tea? Okay. There's a confusion with cold and hot, right? Okay, so Roberto says this is a particular spring. Awful today. It looks like February. Yes, true. For those of you who aren't here in Milan, well, Milan, I think it rained last night, if I'm not mistaken. And yeah, so it rained last night. And today it's a very gloomy day. There's an overcast and it's cloudy. Okay, I'm going to write that down for you guys. Cloudy and overcast, same meaning. All right, so I see that there are some of you who get confused with cold and hot. Cold is freddo, you know, like ice cream is cold, and hot is caldo. I guess it's because cold and caldo, it sounds similar. So I think that's the confusion, but hot is hot, like very, very hot. In the summer, it's really hot here. Yeah. All right, great. Double G, hi there. I have not a favorite season because I believe all the seasons have some special characteristics or things. Okay, good. Very nice. Great. And Gianni says it's a gloomy day also in Padova. Okay, Padua. All right. Sorry, I don't know what's going on with my pronunciation of Padua today. Okay, it's cloudy here, also here in Livorno. So, it's cloudy everywhere today in Italy. And Anna says, I love spring too because there are more light during... Oh, do you mean like the days are longer? Okay, so the days are, in English we say the days are longer because, you know, in the winter we have short days and in the summer we have longer days. Okay, and the flowers and trees bloom and the weather is beautiful. Very nice, Anna, very well put. Very nice. All right, so what we're going to do now is we're going to look at this little text here, which is so interesting. Okay, I'm going to read it. Okay, and then you guys are going to ask me questions. Tell me if there are things that you don't understand, and maybe we can explain it. And then we're going to see at how the descriptions are put so well together in this text. Okay. Okay, a detailed description. The first sure sign of winter in the north is a dusting of frost that envelopes everything in sight. Wow. Making the world seem as delicate as crystal. Soon after, a deep chill settles in, a cold you can feel right down to your bones. It is a cold that numbs fingers and makes you want to sit near a roaring fire. To combat the cold, people shuffle around in gigantic parkas and snowsuits that make the wearer look like a clumsy, look at this word, okay? Abominable snowman, okay? It is a little difficult to pronounce, but we don't really use it often, but sometimes we can come across that, okay? The next thing to arrive is the snow. It starts out as tiny particles floating on the icy breeze. The flakes cling to your eyelashes, causing them to stick together. Eventually, the snow becomes a thick white blanket covering the land. The falling snow seems to muffle faraway noises, making you feel like you are alone in the world. At the same time, it magnifies sounds from nearby, so that if you listen closely, you can hear the snowflakes touching ground or the smallest animal scurrying under the snowdrifts. Ooh, great. Nice. Hi, Yole. Welcome back. I know you. So Roberto says, the epic, abominable snowman. Okay. And Sevilla says, what does numb fingers mean? Okay. So Sevilla, numb basically means, you know, for example, if you get anesthesia, okay, how do you feel? You don't feel anything on your hands, right? On that part of the body that they're trying to numb, right? So that is what it means. For example, when you touch something really, really cold, like snow, for a few minutes, you lose the sensation on your fingers. That is what numb means, to lose a sensation or the feeling on your hands and feet, or depends, whichever part of your body. All right? Great. Any other questions, guys? Okay, so clumsy. That's a good question. Clumsy. Roberto says, without sensation. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely correct. Clumsy, Julia, on the other hand, clumsy means, you know, somebody, for example, who is not very aware of their surroundings. For example, you suppose you walk into a restaurant, okay, and then you just by mistake spill somebody's drink, and then you're walking, and then you trip and fall over somebody else, okay? So this is what that person is, a clumsy person, okay? Basically not voluntarily, you know, taking care of what they do. They just going along and things happen next to them. Very, in a way, I would say, not the luckiest person around, okay? Great. Yep, Roberto explained without sensation. Oh, Roberto, you mean without sensation is numb, okay? And Nicoletta says, a deep chill settles. Okay, when you feel, this is very figurative, you know, when you're talking about a deep chill settling, like you're feeling very cold inside, you know, you're talking about, okay? Talking about something that you feel. You can also think about a deep chill settles in your heart when you think, when you know you're going to get some bad news, for example. All right, so this is what it means. Anybody else? Any other questions, guys? Should we go on? All right. Find 3 new words in the text. Okay, anybody? You all talked about numb, clumsy. Okay, those were new words for you. What about 2 similes in the text? Okay, great, Roberta. Thank you. All right. What about find 2 similes in the text? Can you find 2 similes? Okay. Oh, very good. Very nice. Okay. So Anna, okay, let's talk about this. Shuffle. Okay. Shuffle. What does shuffle usually mean? You're talking about let's take it for example, let's take for example cards, right? When you're playing cards, what do? You shuffle, you change it around, right? But it is in a very similar movement, right? When you shuffle things around. Okay, so change could be the next thing that I could explain. The only word I could explain shuffle with. All right, change. But not a big change, but change of position, I would say. Okay, yeah. So Sevilla says delicate as crystal, and so does Johnny. Muffle as shade. What does muffle mean? Okay, so muffle is to quieten. Okay, so for example, you're talking and somebody closes your mouth while you're talking, and so you're muffled, right? The thing that you hear from your mouth is muffled. Okay, the snow becomes a thick white blanket can be considered a that would be a metaphor. Yeah, but good job, Flavia. Okay, like a clumsy. No, yes, very good. That's a good one, Jenny. Cling and frost. Okay, Julia. Okay, so Julia, I'm guessing that you're asking the meaning of cling and frost, right? So cling is to hang on to something. Okay, so you're clinging on for dear life or hanging on for dear life. So hanging, okay? But your clinging is usually a show of desperation. Like she was clinging on to her ex-boyfriend, for example. Okay, a kind of a desperate move. And frost is usually the white water droplets, but kind of, let's say, frozen water droplets that you would see on the grass and so on. In the morning when you wake up, what do you see when it's a cold day? It hasn't been snowing, but the humidity has been frozen, right? So that would be frost. Okay, good. Let's go. We found 2 similes in the text, guys. Very good. All right. Now find 1 metaphor in the text which has also been found. Okay, the snow becomes a thick white blanket. Okay, so nicely put. I love descriptive writing. It's so good. And another one, very good one. Oops, I think you guys can't see this. All right, so find descriptions using senses in the text. Okay, so can you find some descriptions using senses in the text, like sense of smell? Do you remember your senses? Hearing, sight, etc. Okay. All right, Julia. Julia, sorry. Do you mean, are you talking about cling and frost? Okay. No, they don't have the same meaning. Clinging is like hanging, and frost is the white, the water that has been solidified. Okay, that. Great. Oh, very nice. Like you're alone in the world. Nicoletta says that. Journey says a dusting of frost that envelopes. Ah, okay. Nice. Good. A cold you can feel right down to your bones. Okay, very nice, Valentina. Okay, let's look at what this text is. Everything in sight. Yeah, very good. Down to your bones. Cold that numbs fingers. Cling to your eyelashes. Okay. So it seems to muffle away because then again it's with the hearing. Hear the snowflakes touching the ground. Yeah, beautiful. Love this text. Yes, very good, all of you. Yeah, so Valentina, Iole has also talked about that. Chiara, Valeria. Good job, guys. Very nice. So you have understood what this is about. Okay. Okay, so this is a good one. All right, good. So striking similarities, a simile is a comparison of two things using like or as. Okay, so remember those keywords like or as. Example, it's as hot as a furnace outside. Oh my God. Do you know what's a furnace? Okay, the weather is hot. Okay, furnaces are hot. So they're comparing the weather to a furnace. All right. The sunlight felt like a warm blanket on her shoulders. Oh my God, so beautiful. Sunlight is warm, blankets are warm. Okay, so they have, they're talking about, this is very beautiful language. Okay, so this is how you would use a similes. Can you think of a simile for each of the following? Yes, so guys, right away, okay? You can just write all of the similes that you think. Okay, the water is cold as da da da. Clear summer nights are bright. In the summer, it gets very dry. The spring air smells nice. It's quiet when it snows. The rain sounds loud. Okay, so similes, right? So beautiful. Okay, so the water is cold. Very nice, Sevia. The water is as cold. Water is cold as the water is as cold as my feet in winter. Yeah, not bad. Not bad at all. So I'm guessing your feet are always freezing in the winter time, right? Okay, not bad at all. Very good. Try the others too. Okay. In English, we also say biting cold, you know, when it's really, really cold or icy cold. Roberto, the water is as cold as oil in the radiator of my car. Cold. So winter is cold, summer is hot. Okay, so remember, there's a big confusion here with hot and cold, I see. Okay. The spring air is as a blossoming flower. Good attempt there, very good attempt. So clear summer nights are bright. Clear summer night as bright as a diamond. Very nice. Very, very good. Oh, Roberto, don't be sorry. It's my job. Anna says the water is cold as some winter days in Milan. Very nice. Good. Sevilla says the spring air smells as nice as the delicious smell of the pies my grandmother makes. Wow, that's beautiful simile. The rain sounds loud like popcorn crackling in the fantastic. You guys are so creative. That's amazing. Robert is smiling. And Yole says, clear summer nights as a blue sky colored by the stars. Nice. Any more, guys? So I want to show you some of the ways that we can say it. All right, so the water is cold. Okay, let's look at what the water is as cold as ice. Okay, or as cold as my feet in winter. Okay, that's fine. Double G says, the weather is gray as the quarantine period. Okay, not bad. Good attempt. Very dry summer like the desert. Very good. That's a good one. Okay, so the water is cold. The water is as cold as ice. Okay. Yeah, the water is as cold as ice. Or the water is as cold as his heart. Okay, remember, you can also have a cold heart. Okay, so clear summer nights are bright. So clear summer nights are as bright as day. Okay, so Yole has another one. Yole says, the silence of the snow as a muffled air. Yep, okay, yeah. You're getting the point there, okay. In the summer, it gets very dry. And I think somebody has already written. Francesca wrote, in the summer, it's as dry as the desert. Do you remember, sorry, before I go on, do you remember desert as in the Sahara Desert, the Gobi Desert? Okay, I'm just writing it down. Okay, and then you also have dessert, not to be confused with dessert, which is the dolce, that in Italian you would, at the end of the meal, the sweet dish that you eat at the end of your meal, like a tiramisu or cakes or other things that you have, like ice cream and so on, that you have at the end of the meal. Sevilla also says, in the summer, it gets very dry like my throat when it comes the moment to speak in front of many people. Fantastic. That's a good one. Very good. All right. So the spring air smells like flowers. And somebody said that it smells like the blossoms. It's the same. Okay. Blossoms, flowers, same. It's quiet when it snows. It's as quiet as an abandoned library when it snows. Do you know what is a library? Okay, guys, because it's a false friend, I think. Okay. The rain sounds loud. The rain sounds like a herd of cows. So a group of cows is known as a herd of cows running on the roof. I would also say running on the tin roof. Okay. Normally, because the tin roof is the one that makes, and the noise is louder. And Roberto says the spring air smells good like a lemon tree leaf. Beautiful. Very nice. Okay, so guys, do you know what's a library? Okay, a library is not a place where they sell books. Okay, it's in Italian you would say the biblioteca, where you borrow books from, where you go and you study or you do research. Okay, you'd go to a library, biblioteca. Okay, where you can borrow books. Okay, not to be mistaken with places like Mondadori and Feltrini, I think in Italy. Those are bookstores. Okay, bookstores are where you can buy books. Okay, like Mondadori. Okay, sorry, my pronunciation is not the best. All right. Okay, so let's go back here. Yeah. Flavia, I hope I've answered your question. So bookshops and libraries are not the same. A library is where you borrow books from. Okay, so in Italian you would call it the biblioteca, and a bookstore is where you go and buy books. Okay, nice. Sevia says, when it snows, it is as quiet as it should be when I tell my younger sisters that I have to study in peace. Very good. Very, very good. Right. So metaphors, as you know, that the difference is a metaphor is a comparison of two things without using like or has, because like or has would be in similes, right? The snow is a white blanket. The summer grass is a soft green carpet. All right, so let's start with this. Okay, so now I want you to use metaphors. I know metaphors and similes are very similar, and sometimes, you know, we do get carried away and we use metaphors instead of similes and similes instead of metaphors. Okay, but it's not the biggest problem. All right, so very hot sun, a starry night sky, a pleasant breeze, a cold wind. I thought cool wind, but a cold wind, a very still lake, a beautiful sunset. Okay, so now turn these into metaphors, okay, without using like or as. So, Iole, very nice. You're using it as a simile because then you're using as, right? So instead of, don't use as or like. The sun is a hot fire, could be your metaphor. Okay. A hot furnace, that could be a metaphor. Okay, without using as or like. Oh, very nice, Sevi. I didn't see this. My partner's eyes are a starry night sky. Very romantic and very nice. Okay. Yole says, a starry night sky is a lighted surface. Okay, so don't use as or like. Okay, Yole, look. Otherwise, it becomes more of a simile. Okay, I didn't understand this, Chiara. Can you be a little bit more specific? Okay, all right. Valentina, very hot sun is a hot furnace. Okay, very good. Very nice. A pleasant breeze is a light breath. Very nice. A pleasant breeze is a light breath. Good, very good one. A very still lake is a mirror for the soul, or is the mirror of the soul. Oh, very, very nice. Gianni says a cold wind is a sharp knife. Oh, beautiful. Very good. It's a sharp knife that cuts into my flesh. Beautiful. And Anna says, very hot sun is my car in summer. Good. The lake, okay. The lake is a table. Ah, the lake is a table. All right. I'm sure there will be, something that follows. Okay. So the lake is a table where I find my food, or, okay, great. Great. So let's see what we have here on these slides, okay, to give you some ideas. As the sun was a flamethrower, spitting heat. Do you know the meaning of? I think you know what are flamethrowers, right? Didn't the governor of some state in Italy say that I'm going to send flamethrowers if you have a graduation party? Okay, so I think you know what that flamethrower is. And spitting heat, spitting. What is the meaning? This horrible thing called spitting, which yes, we do it. Every single one of us do it, I'm sure. Yeah. So when you have something in your mouth and you throw it out, okay, that is spitting. Okay. A cold wind is an unpleasant hit on my face. Okay. Gianni says a pleasant breeze is a sweet caress. Beautiful. Very beautiful. Double G, there is a cold wind like an air vigorous advertise. Oh, you mean the chewing gum. Okay, so remember that just in metaphors, we don't really use like or as. Okay, just keep that in mind. All right, Sevilla, your caress is a taste of a pleasant breeze. Very nice. Guys, you guys are just too creative. It's amazing. Very nice. So the sun was a flamethrower, spitting heat. Okay, let's go to Starry Night. The stars were tiny holes in a black canopy sky. A breeze was a cool touch. The icy wind was a dagger through our clothes. Dagger. What do you mean by dagger, anyone? Okay, I'll wait for your answers. The lake was a mirror reflecting the world. Okay, somebody also said that the very still lake was a reflection of the soul. Yeah, a beautiful sunset. The sky was a watercolor painting. Great. Anna says, walking with my dog is a pleasant breeze. Okay. You guys might have heard some of these similes and metaphors which say piece of cake. It's a piece of cake, meaning very easy. Okay, so my job, it's a piece of cake. Okay, people would say that because it's very easy. And Sevilla, you're right when you say a dagger is a sort of knife. Yes, a dagger is a short knife. Okay, very, very powerful. Okay, so if you can stab people with it. So yes, usually daggers are used in fights. Okay, a dagger is not used. It's not a knife to cut cake or pizza. It's a dagger is usually used in knife fights. Okay. A beautiful Nicoletta, very nice. A beautiful sunset is a gift for our soul. Yes, very fulfilling. Very nice. Very good. Good descriptions. So amazing. You guys have such good imagination. So now I want you to write this, okay? Sensational senses, because sight is our most powerful sense. Okay, let me just put it a little Because sight is our most powerful sense. It is the most commonly used sense in descriptions. But we have 4 other forgotten and lonely senses that can be used to evoke just as much feeling as sight. Okay, picture your favorite season in mind. Okay, so now guys, I want you to be super creative. Picture your favorite season in mind. Okay, you talked about spring and autumn and summer. Nobody actually mentioned winter. Strange. Okay, so in your favorite season, what can you hear? What can you smell? What can you feel? Are there any tastes that remind you of this season? So some creative writing here. Okay, take your time. I'll be here waiting. Okay, I want you to do some descriptive writing today. Okay, picture your favorite season and think about what can you hear? What can you smell? What can you feel? Are there any tastes that remind you of this season? While you're writing, I want to talk about, this looks like a field of golden harvest. I think the sky looks like a beautiful painting, and the tree against that sky has its own color. It's so green and beautiful, and the moon is shining like a diamond in the distant sky. Okay, so just a few things I want you to describe, compare, use similes and metaphors, and so on. Okay. Beautiful. Flavia says, I can hear the silence of the uncontaminated nature. Beautiful, very nice. So imagine hearing silence, the sound of silence is possibly the best thing ever for your ears. And that too of untouched nature, of uncontaminated nature, okay? Very nice. Spring, everything is blooming. Everything is blooming, exactly. Yes, very good. Nicoletta says, in spring we can hear the chirping of the swallows. Fantastic. What do you call swallows in Italian? I'm actually hearing this word after such a long time. This particular bird, it's just beautiful. And it's so nice you brought up that noun. Very nice, Nicoletta. Yola says, during summer, there could be a high noise coming from the bees. High noise. You mean the buzzing of the bees. So buzzing. In English, we say buzzing of the bees. Okay, because the bees go buzz. Yeah, it's a buzzing of the bees. Great. Julia says, I hear the seagulls fly over the sea, the smell of saltiness. The smell of the salty air and the warmth of the sun that softly burned my skin. Julia, you should be a writer. Very good. Okay. So Nicoletta says swallows are known as, in Italian, as rondinis. Rondini. Very good. So Valentina says, when I think about summer, I can smell the sea and the wave noise as they swing like a baby cut. Valentina, you'll have to explain that. Okay, smell the sea and the waves make noises as they swing like a baby. Oh, baby cot. Okay, now I get it. Where the babies sleep. Yeah, this is what she means. All right, perfect. Now I understand. Yeah. So just, I think it was a typo. Okay, very good. Sevilla says, during a summer morning, I walk on the seaside. It is very early. Okay, during a summer morning, okay, so this is during a summer morning, I'm walking on the seaside. It is very early and no one is awake yet. I can feel the fresh sand under my feet, the sound of, oh, beautiful, of water that arrives on the sand and wet my feet, the sound of the seagulls that fly over me in the clear sky, and the taste of salt in my mouth brought by the gentle breeze. Very nice, Sevilla. Very, very creative. Absolutely beautiful. Okay. Oops. I'm trying to. Very nice. Yuli says, in springtime, my eyes are hit by all okay, all the colorful flowers. Okay, so remember your adjective and then your noun, right? Valeria says, when I think of autumn, okay, it's always when you think of something, the preposition think of. When I think of autumn and winter, I imagine myself like a child going to the mountains with my parents and my grandparents, looking for those fungi called truffle. So looking for truffles, looking for precious truffles, okay? But you can also say for those fungus called truffles that are as precious as gold. As precious as gold. Now this would be like as a, if you look at it, it's a comparative, okay? As tall as or as precious as gold, okay? Very nice, very, very good, guys. Really lovely, the way that you guys have written in. All right, so you talked about what you can hear. You hear the seagulls. What you can smell, you talked about the saltiness, the smell of salt, the smell of the warm breeze, and then you also said what you felt, okay, the wind against your face, the water lapping against your feet, okay, so very nice. And then you talked about tastes, okay, like the saltiness, the savoriness of the air, the water. Very nice, very, very good. Okay. All right. So I don't think we have any more time for another exercise. But while we are here, a few things I wanted to talk about. Sensitive. And so, okay, let me just write it down. Sensitive is for example, when your skin is sensitive, you know, you can't just use any cream, okay, you need a special cream because you have sensitive skin, for example, okay. Sensible is let's say a person with common sense, okay, common sense, let's say common sense, okay. All right, so just quickly we'll go through double G. When I close my eyes, I can hear the sounds of my summer house located in the mountains, the sound of birds, the insistent sound of cicadas, the smell of pines. I hope to go back soon, okay? I hope to go back soon because I'm assuming that you're not there right now, right? Anna says, if I think of the spring, I can hear happy birds singing in this and the sweet smell of the air. Very nice. Very good. Great. All right, guys. It was really wonderful. You guys have been so involved, and I've really appreciated all your comments. Well done. Unfortunately, we are running short of time. I hope to see you all again very soon. Take care and have a lovely rest of the day. Okay, bye. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Gianni.